Today's review consists of this crazy fast Italian monster known as the Ferrari F430 Scuderia, widely considered to be one of the best Italian supercars ever made. It has over 500 horsepower, it's extremely light, and it doesn't even have carpet on the floorboard to strip weight out of the normal F430. The F430 is considered to be one of the last purest Ferraris ever made, so does it live up to the hype? Let's go for a drive and find out. Hello everybody, we're back with Ed Bolian from Vinwiki. Awesome YouTube channel, definitely check him out. He's one of the nicest car guys on the planet, and he has some cool cars on the planet. I don't know where I'm going with it, but anyway, point of the matter is, you like fast cars, you like exotic cars, but last time we drove your Murcielago, and I drove the gray one as well about a year ago. I think it would be awesome if you kind of compare the two in a way, because like it's not really fair because the Lambo's so big, you know, it's a lot different, but a lot of people say that the 430 Scuderia is their favorite exotic they've ever owned. So what do you think about that?
It's a very reasonable position to take. I mean, the car is awesome. I remember when they came out and they announced it in 2007 and seeing the launch in 2008, I just thought, man, that is as cool as a car could be.
Right.
And, you know, everything that they did to kind of evolve the 430 into this car is like the greatest option set ever. So you get everything in carbon, you get the good wheels, the ceramic brakes and everything else. And as they've depreciated, they've kind of come a lot closer to how much you can buy a regular 430 for. And
which is bizarre in a way, but
exactly.
I just remember, I think this is the car where Top Gear would make fun of it because it had the weld showing and everything back in the day. But it's let's just be real here, this is as race car as like an exotic can really get.
For sure.
I mean, it's very bare bones, there's not carpet, it's carbon fiber, even the door cards are carbon fiber, the red headliner, the red interior is awesome.
Them have a technical fabric interior, so it was a big expensive option to have it all done in leather.
Okay.
But I am a sucker for gray cars with red interiors, as my last LP640 would indicate as well, but I love them. And so the Mercy is the most outrageous and utterly useless automobile like you can buy and use. And I love that because it makes every destination such an event. Like you don't forget, like, I'm driving a car, and it's hard to use because like you got to think about, can I get in this parking lot, whatever. And so putting a ton of miles on them is hard. That's one reason I like driving them all the time. And so this is sort of the perfect complement to the LP640 because it is a lot lighter, it is a lot more agile, it does fit places, you can see out of it, it's a lot more airy and comfortable.
It's user-friendly.
Exactly. I'm 6'5" and I'm comfortable.
As soon as I sat in this car, there was no kind of, I call it the exotic paranoia. You know, when you sit in an exotic car for the first time, like, I think the Aventador is a good example. First exotic I think I ever drove was the Aventador Roadster. You can't see out of it at all. You can't see out of it. It's kind of nerve-wracking. It's big, it's wide. You drive it downtown, you're like, I don't like this, you know. But as soon as you get on the highway, you're like, I'm Batman. But this is kind of the best of both worlds, and it's, like we said before, full race car. It's got an awesome exhaust system on it, big diffuser out back, and the 360 is very elegant, very beautiful, but the 430 is mean. It's mean looking in comparison, and I remember seeing these cars back in the day on Bull Run and all those crazy rallies, and they just sound awesome. But, you know, tachometer in the middle, flat plane crank V8, right? And 8,500 RPM red line, which is pretty nuts. I've driven the 458. We were just talking about this earlier. 458 is fun, but it doesn't have the character this does. I really don't think it. Even being in this for such a short amount of time, I can tell I'm gonna have more fun in this thing. It just feels more nimble, more low, and more connected, if that makes sense.
Well, the refinement of all exotic cars beginning in 2009 was really, really profound. And so this was kind of the last of like the truly raw exotics, because like even when you look at a 430 Speciale or now a Pista, like those are very comfortable cars. The performance is nuts, but I mean, really, you don't get the punishing aspect. So
no.
I had planned to go on this Lux Rally event from Nashville to Las Vegas, and I had planned to drive back because I absolutely loathe exotic car shippers. And so I was going to put 6,000 miles on my LP640, and I had gotten the new AC compressor and a dryer for it, which I thought I knew it needed, and it did need those, but it also needed a an evaporator. We couldn't get that in time, so I ended up, the day after I bought this car, I took it on a 6,000 mile trip. And it's, as you can kind of feel these seats, like they're real comfortable for 15 minutes. They're really uncomfortable for the next, week. On a long road trip, you even subconsciously will readjust yourself so that you can, put pressure on different points in your body, and that you cannot do. And so my shoulders were hurting. I got to Vegas, I had to have some stupid expensive massage there because I can't stand up. I'm gonna hurt myself. Car is so fun. It inspires you to enjoy driving. Like, you're never gonna forget, like, what did I drive here today? I will say though, as fast as the car is, and it's got 530 horsepower, I mean, it's a quick car, it's not terribly heavy, but it is really hard to sustain like ultra high speeds in this car.
Is it kind of like this in a way?
Everything it touches moves it because it's so stiff. And so I, obviously in the deserts of Mexico, got it up quite fast. But
after a while, man.
But really, like, sustaining high speeds is a little arduous.
Do you know how much these weigh?
I think it's right at 3,000 pounds.
Okay, well, that's light for a modern car.
For a modern exotic, it's great. One thing you're gonna feel is on throttle shifting is insanely hard. I mean, just pounds back the seat.
Good.
It's amazing.
See, that's my favorite.
It feels like it's tearing itself apart, honestly.
So you think about, like, what my brain is thinking is the guy's hand building it in the factory, and it's like, you know what, there's a screw missing, so whatever. It's
crazy. Like, the first time I drove it, it honestly makes you kind of recoil. It's like, eee.
Oh yeah.
But it's what they designed it to do, and they say it's less clutch wear and all that stuff. But especially if you have kind of an unsuspecting passenger or somebody who hasn't driven it before, it's crazy.
Oh, I was talking to you about this before. When I make videos about modern cars now, it's so hard to give people a sense of speed anymore. Yeah. Because it's just pow, 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 pow. You're done. You know, and as awesome as those gearboxes are, there is something about a car that is, Fisker, cool. There is something about a car that kind of scares you. Everything's shaking.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because the plexiglass deck lid is just vibrates like you can't see a darn thing.
Dude, that shift goes pull. Like, you hear the whole. You're right though. It feels like it's just about to fall apart.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, this can't be good for it, but I guess it's all right.
Okay, I understand now. Window down?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Go.
That's one way to get an APB.
Absolutely. This was kind of the last hurrah before side airbags and things they could get away with, and really just the refinement that came afterwards. It made the cars a lot more usable because there were a lot of people that just wouldn't enjoy the rattly, raw, noisy, like, I mean, even with headphones in, it's hard to have a phone conversation in this car, which when you drive it 2,000 miles home from Las Vegas by yourself is tough. Like, I want to be on the phone, getting stuff done, and everybody's like, and I cannot hear you.
It's the same argument why people buy like old JDM cars.
Right.
It's in a much smaller scale.
Sure.
But you buy those because they feel like tin cans.
Exactly.
They feel really raw. Like, you are connected, you can't screw up. It's just full rawness, and that's why people engine swap that chassis and stuff like that. And I get it now. But revving to 8,500 RPM with a Italian V8, it's pretty hard to beat. You know?
Correct. This was the last of their single clutch sequential manual transmissions. And
I can kind of tell too.
Yeah.
Because as soon as we started leaving your place, it was like, it does
you
that.
feel the clutch slippage and everything else, because it is mechanically a manual gearbox. And actually, one of the first Scuds I ever sold is the one that these guys out in San Antonio have stick swapped.
Yes, because I think Matt Farah drove one of those.
Yeah, they brought it here and I drove it as well, and I saw the car and it had a really unique interior. It has like red seat inserts and then all yellow stitching, which is kind of weird. And I was like, I recognize this car, and it had been repossessed by Premier Financial Services while I was working at Lamborghini Atlanta, and I ended up selling it for them. So when it turned back, I was like, wow, that's amazing. And it drove really cool as a stick, and I thought when I bought this car, like, maybe I'll stick swap it, and I still might, but I don't really mind it. I mean, the only annoyance is from a stop and in reverse. Yeah,
because it has that kind of delay as you're taking off.
Yeah, I've always said, like, I am the best when it comes to cars at looking like I won the lottery 10 years ago.
Right.
So this is a 10-year-old car. It's well depreciated. It's not depreciating anymore. And because of that era of engineering, it's actually a pretty reliable car.
Yeah, it's really awesome that you don't have to worry about like the 360 issues and all that kind of stuff.
I've had a little bit of a vibration out of the e-diff system. It's got an electronic
differential. It does have an electronic. I was reading about that.
It's kind of a weird feel to it, but they all say it's fine. It's not quite as outrageous, and so, you know, the Mercy fills in everything this isn't as an exotic car. So I think between the two of them, they do everything you'd ever want a car to do.
You have the perfect balance. Like, I feel like the Ferrari is for a really awesome driving experience, for like just going full send, you know, all the time. I feel like the Murcielago meets in the middle where it sounds amazing, and also makes everyone's day because it's a Lamborghini. You know, it's a Murcielago. And
because of its size, it really is much more of a grand touring car than it is like a sports car.
This is a race car, like legitimate race car. I can see how some people don't like it. But you and I are not those people.
Well, you have to have signed up for this. Like, a lot of people just bought it because it was like the coolest top of the line Ferrari, and then they're like, they couldn't get a wife to ride in it or whatever.
No way.
And it was like, oh, this is kind of whatever.
Because this was the last 430, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, they did technically a 16M, which is a convertible version of this.
Oh, well,
and they're worth about twice the money.
Are they really?
Yeah, because there's only 499 of them, which is actually not rare. Like, if you actually look at like really rare Ferraris, 500 of them is not extraordinarily rare. I actually tried to buy the one that Justin Bieber got the DUI street racing, but it had gone out through like Scottsdale and I couldn't find it again. This thing's great, but it had a 315 sticker in 2009.
Really?
Most Scuds are 08s. Yeah, so this like the stripe on this car was $8,300 or something stupid.
Okay, so because not all of them had it, right?
No, the traditional Scud stripe is a pair of usually gray stripes that kind of taper towards the front.
Got it.
And that, with the Challenge Stradale, they started this trend of having like a special stripe for each of these kind of end-of-run mid-engine V8 cars. And I loved the Challenge Stradale, but the interior on those leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
For me, this is almost as pretty as a Stradale.
It's interesting to see, like, when we met, you had the roof, right?
Yeah.
Which, you know, you said it had its problems, but at the same time, though, what a drastic like change compared to 2016. You know, you were like, let's go more raw. Okay, let's go more raw. I can see how a lot of people hold on to these, and they're like, you know what? It's when I need a good kick in the butt and a good driving experience.
Yeah, Ferrari is not going to make a car that's better at doing what this car's
No way.
A Ferrari dealer will tell you, like, in general, 458s are Camrys. They're really reliable. They do great, except the double clutch gearboxes.
Right.
And double clutch gearboxes are really non-serviceable. Pretty much, if they go bad, you got to replace them.
You're out of luck.
And so if everything goes bad, there are some expensive parts in there, but there's enough of them that have been crashed. You can buy something used if you lost a shift actuator or whatever.
There's going to be that one guy who pulled it out of the dealership and nailed it and screwed up, you know.
Yes.
All right, well, what an awesome ride. Thank you so much.
My
I appreciate
pleasure.
it. Everybody, make sure to go check out Vinwiki. He's an awesome guy, awesome dude. And at the same time, huge thanks once again for letting me drive your Scuderia. And on that note, I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Goodbye.